Today I am going to show you how I make my stewed chicken, Pollo Guisado. The first thing I want to show you is how I clean my chicken. I already cleaned all of it. I left one piece so you can see how I clean it and what I do to it, because I didn't want to bore you watching me do all this. So the first thing that I do is I take off the skin, and then I take my kitchen scissors and I try to cut off all the fat like that. I don't know how some people leave all that fat there. I've seen them, but you know, to each his own. Like that. And what I like to do is wait, there's another piece of fat here. Let me take that off here. What I like to do is I like to expose the bone. So you go in there, you don't take it off the bone, but you expose the bone, because there's nothing worse than when you're eating a piece of chicken and then when you get to the bone it's pink or bloody inside. That turns me off. So I make sure to expose that bone so everything is well cooked. Okay, oh, here's another piece that fell there. And then what I do is I wash it with vinegar, and then I'll season it. Be right back. My chicken is washed. I washed it well with vinegar because the vinegar helps take out that filmy slime that's on the chicken. I'm very particular about my chicken. I like to clean it well. And all that you need to do is to use the 10 spice seasoning that I made, the sazonador completo, because this has everything in it but salt. So this is what I do. Okay. Always season on both sides. Like that. I just made this for you the other day, and look, it's almost finished. I'll be making some more soon. Okay, and now the salt. And this is according to taste. So you put as much or as little as you like, because my seasoning has everything but salt. Okay, there you go. A little bit more. This looks like it didn't get. Okay. And that's it. Now you put it in the fridge to marinate for about half an hour to an hour, and then we're ready to cook. All right, now that our chicken has been marinating for about 2 hours, we can start setting up and showing you the ingredients you will need. And remember, I forgot to tell you, I used chicken thighs this time, but you can use a whole chicken, you can use wings, you can use the breast, and this is what I had, so this is what I'm using for my Pollo Guisado. And remember that this seasoning has everything in it. It has ground garlic, ground onions, cumin, thyme, did I say pepper? It has turmeric, ginger. It has everything in it. You can get the ingredients on my channel. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to use now. I'm using like a half a cup of peppers. I had red, green, and orange left over, so I chopped them up into little chunks. I am using 1 large potato cut up in chunks. I used 1 large carrot. I sliced it up thinly. I have half of an onion in slices. I have 1/4 cup of olives chopped up. I have 2 tablespoons of sofrito, 1 tablespoon of my garlic cilantro paste. I have 1 cup of sugar. I have 1 teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. I have 1 can, 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and I have my achiote, which you can also find the recipe to make this on my channel. Okay, let's get it going. Let's put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of annatto oil. And we'll put 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is the way the Dominicans make it. And I like that because the sugar gives it a nice taste. So it's a Puerto Rican Dominican Pollo Guisado. Okay, we'll wait till the sugar browns and then we'll saute our chicken. The sugar has caramelized. We'll throw in our chicken carefully. It's going to give it a beautiful color. There we go. We'll wait till it gets a nice color on one side, then we'll turn it. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at that color. They're all caramelized. Look at that. Okay. Let's turn it around a little. The more you turn it, the more evenly that color will go on the chicken. I think it's time to take the chicken out. We'll set it aside for a while. Look at that color. It looks like it's ready to eat, but it's not. It's raw inside. So, here we go. Let's put this aside. And now we'll start putting our vegetables in. First, we put in our sofrito. Our garlic paste, garlic cilantro paste. Keep turning and mixing. Let's put in our olives. Let's put in our onions. We'll leave the carrots for a little later. Okay, and our peppers. Let that saute for a little bit. Let's put in our tomato sauce. A whole can of tomato sauce, 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. We'll let that tomato sauce cook for a little bit and we'll be right back. Look how good that looks, and it smells good too. Now our chicken is ready to go in. The vegetables are semi-soft. Now we'll put the chicken back in there. And let's mix that. Let me change spoons. I don't like this one now. Okay, this is better. Let's mix everything up in there. Look how pretty. The sauce is already nice and thick. The chicken releases a lot of water, so I won't be adding any water to it right now. We'll see how much water it releases because we want some gravy to put over the rice when we make this chicken. Right now I'll add the salt and pepper and mix that a little. I'll add the carrots because they take a little bit longer to cook than the potatoes. The potatoes I'll add like in about 10 minutes. Let's cover this up and let it cook for about 20 minutes and we'll see if we have to add any water. After 10 minutes, see how much liquid the chicken released? That's why I told you not to put water in the beginning. Now, all we have to do is taste for salt. Well, for me, that's perfect. So that teaspoon of salt worked for me. Now we will put in our potatoes. Mix them in there. And one thing I didn't add to the list of ingredients was the cilantro. I had it soaking, so we'll add some cilantro now. I like to add a whole bunch of cilantro. I love the cilantro taste. But this is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't like cilantro. Completely optional. You can add or take away whatever you want. You make this recipe your own. And I found this little chili pepper, and both of my daughters like a little spice in their food, so I'm not even gonna cut it because I don't like spicy food. But I'm gonna throw it in there and see what it does. This is optional, remember that. And now we'll cover this up, and I'll let you know how long it takes to cook. Here is my finished pollo guisado. It took about 45 minutes to cook, and there's a lot of gravy left in the pot if you needed to put over your rice, because and remember that I did not add any water. So look how beautiful this looks. It tastes so good, and it is a dish that when you serve it to your friends, they will ask for seconds. Now, all the ingredients, like for the sofrito, the garlic paste, and the annatto oil, I'll leave you a link below so that you can make these recipes. If you like this recipe, please share this with your friends and family. And don't forget to give me a like. You can also subscribe to my channel. And that way, every time I put something out there, you'll be notified. And most important of all, please leave me your comments. Enjoy and God bless.